When we look at you, we aspire not to be you, not to have what you have, but to live life how you live life. That's all you have to be, is serve as a reflection of what people can be. Not in terms of comparing themselves to you. I know that Rachel told you already, that is not where we want to go. Not only do you lose momentum when you compare, but you lose your place in line. You know that your purpose and your destiny has an assignment to it, a timeline attached to it. And when we turn our eyes to the left or the right, what happens is we get so distracted, we start chasing someone else's dream. We start chasing someone else's assignment. So when we stay focused on what's in front of us and the assignment that's been given to you, it keeps you from worrying about what everyone else is doing and about what everybody else is thinking about what you're doing. When I started to modify my concert experience in this way, it was risky because I was worried that maybe I would lose audiences. Maybe people would say, we just wanted Mozart. She started doing that African drumming stuff. What's up with that? I had to get rid of that fear, and I had to start believing that the seats would fill up with the people who were uniquely designed to receive what I had to give. I want you to start to believe that your coaching roster, your client database, your mailing list, your social media following will fill up not with a bunch of random likes from people who don't know you from Adam, but you'll start to be followed by people who see something in you that they want to grow into. And that way it relieves you of the pressure of being perfect. The only thing you have to do is be powerful. In order to do that, though, you're going to have to make a commitment. I know you guys are big on commitment because I saw you outside my hotel room at 6 a.m. this morning. I would have been there with you, but I had to get my lashes on. I'm sorry, y'all. Couldn't make it. Here's something I want you to remember. You can't just leave here being inspired and motivated. You're going to have to set an arbitrary deadline to evolve. My deadline was March 14th, 2014, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You got to get specific. That was the date of the South by Southwest Music Festival in Austin. Anybody ever heard of it? Oh my God. Every musician wants to play that festival. I was one of those musicians, and so I sent in my application. Only problem was South by Southwest doesn't really feature classical musicians. So I put on my application, if you select me, I will play the piano, make my own beats, and rap on top. Oh. I thought there is no way in the world they can turn that down, and do you know what? They picked me, y'all! They chose me! Isn't that awesome? No, it's not awesome. Stop clapping. Let me tell you why it's not awesome. It's not awesome. Because at the time of that application, I didn't know how to do any of those things. At the time of that application, all I had ever done was play the piano. I'd had somebody else make the beats for me, and I'd never rapped before. But all of those things were on my to-do list. Anybody got a to-do list? The things you want to do, you've been meaning to do for a while now, a couple years have passed by. It's because you didn't set an arbitrary deadline to evolve. I set this deadline, I got accepted, and I said to my husband, sweetie, I got accepted to South by Southwest. You have to understand, my husband is my high school sweetheart. We've been together since we were 15. Yes, I know, it's so sweet. Wait till I tell you what he said, though. I said, honey, I got accepted into South by Southwest, and I'm gonna rap. And he said, now, Jade, I've been with you a long time. I've seen you do a lot of things. He said, but if you're gonna rap, you must not bring shame on the family name. Listen, you're gonna have to trust now that the big things that are on your heart, you already have within you the tools you need. They're already in your possession, or they're going to be added to you just in time for you to be able to do what it is that you're doing, that you wanna do. You gotta pick a date first. Mine was March 14th, and I played a piece called Black Beethoven, which ended up allowing me to be named one of the best of South by Southwest 2014. Thank you. The This isn't about me, y'all. Here's what's up. When you pick a date, I promise you will rise to the occasion, because if you look at your track record, you've always done it. You can look back and see times that you either always nailed it, or even when you failed it, you got back up and you figured it out. Either one of those are acceptable modes of operation. But you gotta pick the date first and then commit to finding the solution. The last thing that you have to do, guys, is you have to connect with another maverick. That's why you're here, right? You gotta be connected to people who move like you, think like you, groove like you, believe like you do, talk like you do, walk like you do, play like you do, laugh like you do. They've gotta be built like you. And then you wanna hold them accountable. The big dreams on their hearts, don't just let it be something they say. Make sure it's something you see them do and help them do it. I'm gonna end now with a piece. Can I rap for y'all to close it out? I'm gonna end now with a piece called Black Beethoven. And this is a piece about your story. I said before, sometimes I would show up in places and people were shocked that I got there. They didn't know how I was there or why I was there. And this is the story about some of the silly things people would say to me. But listen, when you are making big, bold moves, people are gonna say silly things and they're gonna mean well even. You're gonna have to decide not to take offense, but you're gonna take note instead. And you're gonna take notes of a moment where you can educate, inspire, entertain, and transform. Remember that as you hear this closing piece, Black Beethoven. Thank you so much, Team Beachbody!